Hello, and thank you for joining me here at the Los Angeles Harbor College Transfer Center. My name is Natalie Parra, and I'm a counselor here. Today, we'll be going over a workshop together titled Transfer 101, and this is meant to guide our students interested in transferring to universities from Los Angeles Harbor College. We'll be going over quite a bit of information today, but our intention of this workshop is to help you feel comfortable and assured that you're in the right place here with us at Harbor, and we're here to guide you along the way in the direction of your goals that you set for yourself. Getting started, we're going to take a look at our agenda, which includes defining transfer, CSU and UC transfer, transfer requirements, assist.org, UC tag, HBCU transfer, out-of-state transfer and WUI, and online university transfer. So let's get started. Let's talk about transfer. First, we're going to define transfer. Transferring in the purposes of this workshop is when we discuss transferring from a community college, in this case, Los Angeles Harbor College, to a university. These units that you take in community college are going to transfer to a university and count towards your bachelor's degree. The transition is when you transition from being a lower division community college student to switching to upper division university units. The upper division university units are normally 300, 400 level classes, whereas lower division are 100, 200 level classes. When you transfer, you'd be completing the last 2 to 3 years needed for your bachelor's degree. And we're going to be talking about various campuses that all welcome transfer students. That includes the Cal States, CSUs. Long Beach is a popular Cal State. Dominguez Hills is a wonderful Cal State. We have many in the state of California, 23 to be exact. The UCs, also known as University of California, we have 9 institutions that offer undergraduate degrees, including UCLA, UC Irvine, UC Berkeley. Our students have had much success in transferring to UCs, Cal States. Next up are private universities. That includes USC, University of Southern California, and LA. Many success stories of students transferring to USC from LA Harbor College, myself included. We have the HBCUs, including Fisk University, for example. Many of those universities are located in the southern states. And they are our historically Black colleges and universities, very rich educational experience at those campuses with a very lively environment for students. We also have our religious universities, our campuses like LMU, Loyola Marymount, it's a Catholic university, Biola University, that is a Christian campus. We have our out-of-state universities such as UNLV, University of Nevada, Las Vegas, ASU, Arizona State University, and we also have the online universities that we're going to be touching upon today, including Western Governors University, for example. A lot of students ask about Southern New Hampshire University as well. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. Transfer-bound student requirements. So my hope is that everybody watching this video is transfer-bound. When we talk about transfer-bound students, what classes should a student take in community college to prepare them for transfer? And that's a very important question. So importantly, students want to take the major requirements needed for transfer. This is also known as major specific criteria, major prep, preparation for the major. Those terms are used interchangeably by different campuses, but they vary by university of choice and by major. So every major at every university may have different major specific requirements. One tip that we have for students to make planning for transfer easier is selecting an associate degree for transfer at Harbor College. This can simplify major prep requirement planning at a number of Cal States. They also overlap very nicely with the UCs, and the courses are considered lower division major requirements at the university, and they'll be needed in order to earn your bachelor's degree at the university. So you want to make sure that if you can get them done at Harbor, they're required for admission. It'll save you so much money, thousands of dollars in tuition, and it'll save you time at the university too. General education courses, these are our, those include our general education patterns for Harbor College transfer students, such as IGETC and CSUGE. Another way of looking at them too is our golden four for Cal State, which is English 101, English 102, transfer level math, communication. That's an example of our golden four. iGETC is great for students who want to transfer to both UCs, CSUs. iGETC also works with a lot of out-of-state campuses, some private schools even. And even the out-of-state campuses, in many cases, will take iGETC. CSUGE is specifically for Cal States, but in some rare occasions, out-of-state campuses and even sometimes private campuses will accept CSUGE. I was just looking for a student the other day, and Mount St. Mary's accepts, according to their website, they accept iGETC and CSUGE. And then moving forwards, electives. Those assist in helping the student meet the minimum 60-unit requirement for UC and CSU campuses. So you want to make sure you reach the 60-unit minimum needed for transfer. Next, we're going to take a look at the CSU Green Sheet. This is a golden four, like I mentioned before. Some examples include for oral communication, COM 101, public speaking, COM 121, COM 122. There's also the written communication requirement. This is including English 101, A3, critical thinking. A lot of our students will take English 102. And then, of course, transfer level math. The transfer level math that you select should be the math needed for your major. What are the differences between the UCs and CSUs? So we're going to look at a side-by-side comparison. As you can see, the CSU has 23 different campuses, whereas the UCs have 10 campuses, 9 of those offering undergraduate degrees. One of them, UC San Francisco, offers graduate degrees specifically. The CSU normally consists of 2 semesters. The UCs have quarters. They're on the quarter system, so they have 3 quarters a year. Some campuses do have semester, but most of them are on quarter system. To transfer to a CSU, the minimum GPA needed is a 2.0. You should aim for a 3.0 or higher when you're applying to non-local universities. However, because the CSUs can have a preference for local students depending on the campus. Additionally, the difference too, when we look at the UCs, their minimum GPA to apply is 2.4. So they have a higher GPA requirement, and we would want our students to reach for a target GPA of 3.3 or higher, especially depending on your major, because the UCs can be very competitive. Cal State's as well. That's why we don't want students to apply to aim for the minimum. We want our students to aim for a target GPA that will make them competitive. In terms of tuition and fees, tuition at the Cal States ranges from $6,589 a year to $10,074. Compared to UC's, it's $14,000 annually. So there is a bit of a difference there. Additionally, we have for CSUs, you can use either iGETC or CSU plan. Some students only want to apply to CSU, so they'll use the CSU GE pattern, but students who want to apply to a mix of UCs and Cal States, even private, they'll use iGETC. And some examples of Cal States are Long Beach, Dominguez Hills, Northridge, San Francisco, Channel Islands. Examples of UCs are UCLA, Irvine, Berkeley, Riverside, Merced. And now we'll talk about our associate degrees for transfer, also known as ADTs. We have ADTs in a number of subjects, including anthropology, communication studies, English, history, journalism, kinesiology, music, philosophy, Spanish, studio arts, administration of justice, business administration, early childhood education, mathematics, and physics. And there will be more degrees to come in the future. We plan, or as a college, there is plans to add more in the future. What are the benefits of the ADT? The ADT is called a degree with a guarantee for a reason, and that is because you're guaranteed admission to a CSU campus when you have an associate degree for transfer. You'll also receive a 0.1 GPA bump when applying to an impacted campus or an impacted major outside of your local area. So for example, Cal State Long Beach is a popular university that is impacted and outside of many of our students' local area, just because Cal State Long Beach only gives priority and considered local the students who graduated from Long Beach Unified School District. Most of our students did not graduate from Long Beach Unified School District. So in that instance, students who have an ADT, they'll get the 0.1 GPA bump when applying to Cal State Long Beach. So that is excellent. Impacted CSU campuses and in a non-impacted major will be awarded a 0.2 GPA bump for admissions decisions. So if you apply to a non-impacted major at an impacted campus, then you'll actually get a 0.2. So what that means is if you had applied with a 2.9, but you get that 0.2 GPA bump, your application would be seen as a 3.1. And if you had a 3.4 and you got the 0.1 GPA bump, your application would be seen as a 3.5. So it's excellent benefit there. They also can pair well with UC major prep for various pathways. So if you get an ADT, it's not like you can't apply for UCs. Actually, they work hand in hand very nicely together in many circumstances. So it's definitely something that will help you and give you more opportunities, and we will be glad to look over that with you and help you determine if the ADT, which ADT would be best for you. They also work well with HBCUs for transfer. Some ADTs are a match to multiple majors at CSUs as well. So to give you an example, our Spanish associate degree for transfer at Harbor College is a match to 4 different majors at Cal State Long Beach. So a student who got the Spanish ADT at Harbor wouldn't be limited to just one major choice at Cal State Long Beach. They'd actually have the opportunity to choose from 4 different options. And you're welcome to also join us for an ADT workshop to learn even more and for an appointment as well. Moving forward, impaction at the CSU campuses. So this is a list of the 2019-2020 CSU impacted campuses. This includes Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, Fresno State, CSU Fullerton, CSU Long Beach, Cal State LA, San Diego State University, and San Jose State. IGETC is our pink sheet that students refer this GE pattern to. This works for UCs and Cal States, and it includes the Golden 3. So that's English 101, English 102, and transfer level math. And now we're going to be looking at the UC transfer pathways. The UC transfer pathways is specifically a way for the UCs to simplify and streamline the major preparation needed for various campuses. So it's a single set of courses to prepare for the most popular majors at UC, including, and this includes anthropology, biochemistry, biology, business administration, cell biology, chemistry, communication, computer science, economics, electrical engineering, English, history, mathematics, mechanical engineering, molecular biology, philosophy, physics, political science, psychology, and sociology. And there's also a link here that can take students to see all of the UC transfer pathway information on the website. So you can actually select Los Angeles Harbor College as your campus. And then you can choose a pathway, let's say communication. That was my major in college. So it shows that you'll need to be competitive for UC. You want the Stat 1. It says this is a partial pathway. Some courses at your community college articulate at all UC campuses to fulfill pathway course expectations listed below. So it says Stat 1, communication studies, 1 course in either computer science, 51 or 58, Com 101, Psych 1, Soc 1. So the Com 101 is already a requirement for our communication degree at Harbor College. So that would be a good way to say, oh, I can follow the ADT and Com, and then on top of that, just make sure I follow the requirements for the communication studies pathway for UC, so that way I can apply to both UCs and Cal States and get that security in knowing that I'm taking the right classes needed. UC Transfer Pathways Plus is where students follow a UC transfer pathway, and then they also tag a UC in their final semester, in their final year at Harbor College, and they apply to UCs. So it's just a way to streamline the transfer process for students interested in transferring to UCs. I encourage our students to look into that. I'm glad to look at that with you. So what happens is a student follows a UC pathway while they're studying at Harbor College. So like I said before, the communication studies pathway that we just looked at, let's say you follow that from as early as possible when you choose that major. In your final year at Harbor College, you'll tag a UC based on the major requirements. You only get to choose one UC to tag. So you select one, and then from there, you'll also apply to any UC campuses that you want to attend for fall, including the campus that you tagged. And you finish up the pathways classes that you need, the 60 units that you need for transfer, 7-course pattern by the end of spring, and you follow the UC tag agreement. And then at the very end, you'll reap the benefits of UC admission and transfer. And we already looked at the UC transfer pathways guide. So moving forward, here's an example of the history pathway for students transferring to a UC from Harbor College as a history major. So as you can see, history 1 and 2 are required, along with history and 11, 12. History 11 and 12, and the great news about that is that this list of courses prepares you for the history major at UCs, and it also resembles the AAT in history at Harbor College. So history is another one where you can earn the AAT and follow the UC pathway, and they overlap perfectly. So you'll get the ADT in history and transfer to a UC if you wish. So it's a wonderful option for our students to give them as many opportunities as possible. Assist.org is another tool that we use to help students review transfer requirements or articulation agreements. This shows lower division major coursework and articulation, so it shows us the equivalencies between Harbor College and the university classes. And it will show the courses that go specifically to campuses of your choice. So you can select Harbor College from the drop-down menu and any UC or Cal State you would like to look at. You can use this in conjunction with individual university websites for transfer planning. I love to use this for campuses like Long Beach, because Long Beach likes to have their website where they show the requirements for the major. So this is an example of the psychology requirements. Students need a 2.5 GPA, general psychology, intro stats, research methods, but these are the titles of the classes at Cal State Long Beach. We don't know what they're called at Harbor. So when we look at Assist and compare Long Beach to Harbor for the major prep, it shows that Psych 100 is Psych 1. And Psych 110, the stats, is our Math 227 or Stat 1. And then it also shows their Psych 220, Research Methods, is our Psych 10. And these classes are all required for the associate degree for transfer. So actually, by getting the ADT, you're doing yourself an excellent favor in not just applying with these classes, but also getting that 0.1 GPA bump. And you also need the minimum 2.5 GPA, and these classes have to be done with a 2.5. So definitely come see us so that way we can assist you in reviewing the requirements and planning as needed. Next, UC Transfer Admission Guarantee. You heard me talk about this a little bit just a few slides ago. And what UC Transfer Admission Guarantee is when we tag one UC campus from this list of schools based on the requirements. They do vary by major and by campus. So a student has a choice September 1st through 30th of their final year to tag either UC Davis, Irvine, Merced, Riverside, Santa Barbara, or Santa Cruz based on their major. So like I said before, the application filing period is September 1st through 30th. At the time of filing your application, you need to have 30 or more UC transferable units completed with a 3.0 or higher GPA. And then the completion of English 101, 102, and transfer level math must be completed by the required term that they wish for. You have to check each individual campus for specific major requirements. And there's also the UC tag matrix. So if you Google UC tag matrix, you'll be able to see details for each campus, which majors they exclude, if any, because they do have the right to exclude certain majors, and what extra requirements are needed for the campus that you select to tag. And a counselor like myself or my colleagues is glad to meet with you and discuss this further and help you plan. Next, UC high unit limits and admission policy by campus. So there is a maximum number of units that cause a student to reach high unit junior or senior standing for UC admission evaluation purposes. And this chart is meant to alert students with a high number of UC transferable units that there may be some difficulty in the ability of some campuses to offer them admission. And this is for students who maybe went to a UC or a Cal State first, and then chose to come to Harbor College after finishing a semester or a quarter or more than a semester or more than a quarter at a university. And now they have university units along with Harbor College units. You need to be careful, meet with a counselor to be sure that you're not considered a high unit junior or senior, because this can affect your admission to certain campuses, especially UCLA. They're very strict. But for students who get AP scores and units that were only done in community college, nowhere else, like no universities at all, students with only community college units and AP scores, that will never hinder a student from being admitted to a UC. So this rule typically applies to students who transfer from a university to Harbor College and then want to go to another university after. So next, we're going to be talking about HBCU, historically Black colleges and universities. There are 37 participating HBCUs to choose from that offer transfer agreements with LA Harbor College students. And students are guaranteed admission with junior standing to these participating HBCUs by completing IGETC or CSU GE. If you do IGETC, you have to have the speech class done. You also need a transfer level associate degree. That's another time where the ADT pulls through very nicely. And you need a 2.5 or higher GPA. And as long as you meet these requirements and anything else that the university asks of you, you'll have the guaranteed admission. They also work with students who transfer with 30 or more units and have a 2.5 or higher GPA. They can also be guaranteed admission with full acceptance of transferable units. And then students with a 30 units or more and a 2.5 or higher GPA are also guaranteed admission with full acceptance of transferable units. Another thing that I would like to share is a campus such as Lincoln University in Missouri will offer in-state tuition for California community college students. So that means that the HBCUs are extremely affordable for students who want to go away out of state, but don't want the out-of-state tuition price tag. So let's take a look at the additional information so we can look at the cost breakdown. So Alcorn State University charges $77,290 annually, and that's comparable with Cal State Long Beach, $6,834 annually. Florida Memorial University resident tuition and fees $12,800, and that's what they'll charge community college students too. Versus UC Irvine, they'll charge $15,797. So as you can see here, the HBCUs, they work hand in hand with the community colleges to offer students an affordable, enriching college experience once they transfer. And the fact that they will allow students to transfer and receive in-state tuition is amazing. And it's something that you should definitely consider if you'd like to attend a campus with the HBCUs. Okay, and the following HBCU campuses offer in-state tuition to California community college students. So Lincoln University of Pennsylvania, University of Missouri, Grambling State University, Alcorn State University, Harris-Stowe State University, Mississippi Valley State University, University of Southern University at New Orleans, Southern University at A&M College, and there's a full list here that shows the HBCU campuses that we have agreements with. The out-of-state transfers and WUI. So we have students that want to transfer to a variety of different campuses and environments, and we're here to support all of you and your unique goals. So when we look at WUI, this is called Western Undergraduate Exchange, and it gives students reduced out-of-state tuition for 74 universities. So students who want to transfer to these campuses in this region here, they would get reduced cost of tuition. That includes Alaska and Hawaii, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands. So there's options for students all over the country. The great thing about it is that there's campuses such as Arizona State University, University of Nevada, Reno, University of New Mexico, University of Hawaii, and that's multiple campuses. And each campus determines which majors are eligible to participate in WUI. And a lot of campuses accept all majors. So looking at the WUI savings comparison, we can see that University of Nevada, Reno, WUI tuition is $10,485 versus residents pay $6,990. Non-resident students, so a student who who won't be eligible for WUI, such as a student transferring from New York State, for example, they'd be paying $22,000. So a California student, a Harbor College student who transfers to a WUI school would be saving $11,556 a year. Same goes for Arizona, huge savings here. For Arizona, if you're to transfer to University of Arizona, you would be saving $18,378. If you want to go to University of Hawaii at Manoa, beautiful campus, I've been there before. That one is a savings of $16,380. So there is incredible money to be saved through WUI, and it's very comparable to Cal State Long Beach, UC Irvine. For students who want that go away to college feeling and like have this amazing educational adventure, WUI could be right for you, and I'd be glad to help you determine what campuses would be a good fit. So how do you know if you're eligible for WUI? That is what we're going to be looking at really quickly. So WUI eligibility is determined by each campus, and some campuses will only accept certain majors for WUI, but there's a way to search for it. You can search by your major to see which campuses accept your major for WUI. So where it says College Savings Finder on their website, you can search either by school, major, city, or state. So let's say I'm a communication major, right? I would want to type in communication here because I want to see all the schools that offer WUI for communication majors. And then you could just click here for see all WUI schools and eligible majors, and it'll show me, okay, University of Alaska, Arizona State, Polytechnic Campus, West Campus, Central Arizona College, and it shows you the tuition here too. So if I don't want to go to Alaska, I can skip over that one. Or if I really want to go to Alaska, then I could click on it and get more information about the program. And then the cost too will help you if you feel like, $14,000 is over my budget of what I want to spend or what I anticipate spending. So it's a really helpful guide to help students, and we're here to also support you in finding that. You can also, and also in this example, it actually gave me 81 results for communication offered through WUI as a major. And you can explore the majors and campuses at this website here, wuisavingsfinder.wiche.edu. Next, online university transfer, which is becoming increasingly popular. This shows that tuition rates can be affordable and comparable to UCs and Cal States. This is an excellent option for students who complete, for example, our Harbor College nursing program to get their BSN, right? A lot of students will do our nursing program, and then afterwards, they'll want to begin working full time and go back to school for their BSN online. That's a very popular reason why some students want to do online transfer. So popular campuses for online bachelor's degrees include Western Governors University, Arizona State University Online, some students know it as ASU Online, and Southern New Hampshire University Online. So some key points about online bachelor's degrees. Be sure to do your research with the transfer center. We want students to only apply to regionally accredited online universities, not the nationally accredited universities. Regionally accredited universities are the ones that we want students to go to. Some examples of regionally accredited online universities include ASU Online, Western Governors University Online, Sacramento State Online. Not all majors, unfortunately, are available when you are applying to bachelor's degrees that are completely online. Some campuses do choose to cater more to working adults who are advancing in their career and offer majors related to teaching, nursing, IT, and business. So it just depends. Some campuses have a more robust offering, and as time goes by, there will probably be even more. But right now, it can be limited at some campuses. So an example, we have Western Governors University. So Western Governors University actually gives a free application coupon code of to completely waive the fee to apply, so you don't really lose anything monetary for applying for transfer there. But they have a code of SPM 37 that you can enter. They have majors in the College of Business, Teachers College, College of IT, and College of Health Professions. And it's an excellent option for students, again, like I said before, who complete our nursing program. The tuition is comparable to the cost of CSUs as well. And they are a nonprofit private university based in Utah. So at Western Governors University, they have costs comparable to the UCs and the Cal States. Their majors, depending on your major, that will tell you what the cost would be. So anything from as low as $6,690 to the higher side, $11,850 per year. But when you compare to Cal State Long Beach and UC Irvine, they meet right in the middle. So that's a great thing. And the Western Governors University also gives a scholarship of $2,000 to students who get an associate degree for transfer, AA degree, AS degree. They get that $2,000 scholarship. So that's another wonderful reason for taking a look at this campus for an example of a good, solid online university for transfer. Okay, and we're gonna wrap things up now. We appreciate any questions that you might have. You can get connected with us. I'll give you our contact information too. So you can connect with us on Instagram, of course. Our Instagram is at LAHC Transfer Center. And we also reply to DMs on Instagram. When we are on campus, we're located in the SSA building, room 105 on the first floor. And you can also give us a call at 310-233-4282. My name is Natalie Parra. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you in the Transfer Center soon.